Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing you guys this game in the JoinDota League. This is EverNova versus Planet Hype, and let me tell you, did I almost miss the timeline for this one? Oh lord. Alright, that's neither here nor there. I'm in the game, I'm gonna be casting. I made it! So we're gonna see ourselves some Dota get played. And we got EverNova versus Planet Hype. Two teams who I've seen both of them play. I think EverNova plays a relatively I can't call it, I keep forgetting. But yeah, we'll see how the votes go, we'll see how everything goes, we'll just see if we can keep ourselves nice and composed, since CulBlu did almost miss the whole entire game. So, thank you guys for checking out, thanks you guys for watching. If you guys are watching live stream, I'll update everything in a second. But for right now, we got EverNova on the side of the Dire, and they're actually poised to win. According to the votes, 88% of you think that EverNova are going to win this game, or both series, and that's pretty darn strong. Meanwhile, we got 8 points, and 96% of you think it's going to be 1-1 each, and of course only 2.99%, so about 3% of the 67 people who voted think that Planet Hype can actually take both games. So we'll see how it goes, we'll see if it happens, but EverNova already have a pretty dang strong start, and Enchantress is going to be the first pickup for them. I don't like Enchantress as your solo carry. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. Enchantress needs you need to have another carry in the game. Having a 4-position Enchantress or even a 3.5 position Enchantress, I think is the better thing. So that way you can let your carry do the carry things, and if Enchantress gives the room to farm, she becomes stronger. If she doesn't, she might become the next carry. It's kind of like you have options. So I like that, especially with the Deathball meta nowadays, where people are just kind of all together all the time just killing stuff. Enchantress has the luxury of being able to go into the jungle, farm up relatively efficiently, and maybe even still be aggressive with her creeps, so she doesn't really have to be involved in the fight. Kind of the same mentality as a Spectre has nowadays, where she doesn't have to be there to help the team get team kills, and that's always a useful thing for the team overall. So that's gonna be the pickup on side EverNova first, and we got a Zeus pickup on Planet Hype side. So they're going for the Lightning God, going to go ahead and put him straight in the mid lane. He could be played as a support as well, but mid lane Zeus is probably the most likely thing, because Octarine Core Zeus is OP. Please nerf. Actually, don't nerf it. I think it's fine where it's at, but it's it's risk and reward. Speaking of risk and reward, though, we got a Crystal Maiden coming out from Planet Hype. I like the thinking coming out from Planet Hype. I don't necessarily know if it's gonna work out too terribly well for him, because I think I think Crystal Maiden and Enchantress kind of runs the same problem early game wise, where basically Enchantress and Crystal Maiden will have a strong sense of presence, excuse me, a strong sense of presence throughout the entire game, like throughout the first 10 minutes of the game, and then afterwards you'll just kind of fall behind and just not be relevant. Enchantress, on the other hand, has a turn side. As she gets farmed, she becomes a carry, whereas Crystal Maiden, she kind of always stays there. Like, she just kind of stays at the level of maybe I won't die, maybe I will, but she has one really amazing stun with the Frostbite, so it's really nice to have that 3-second stun, and also it's really good versus the creeps. I would argue though that a Witch Doctor might be a little bit better versus Enchantress, but given that we have a Crystal Maiden versus Enchantress and not a Crystal Maiden versus a Chin, I think Crystal Maiden's an okay pick, because Enchantress doesn't really rely on creeps as much as someone like Chin does, so having the casket is always useful for a Witch Doctor, but Crystal Maiden's going to be a little bit stronger, so that way she can actually freeze Enchantress, make sure people can stay there and beat her up, and have a little bit of fun. So, moving on to everything else. I didn't even talk about the bans, and that's how crazy today's been. The bans, we got a Faceless Void, a Lone Druid, OD, Air Spirit, Invoker, and a Spectra. That's how I like to call it, a Spectra. Being picked up on the side, being banned out on both sides respectively. Having the OD ban makes a lot of sense. I'm actually surprised OD made it this far. He's one of those heroes that you kind of almost always want to pick up if you can. Maybe neither side has an OD picker, or maybe either side doesn't really prioritize a hero. That's fine. But OD relatively strong as far as the sense that he can just basically get attack speed, build whatever the heck he wants, and just still wreck face. On the side of EverNova, they do ban out the Oracle as well. And as far as our picks, they picked up a Rubik, which scares me a little bit. Maybe they're trying to steal some of the Zeus Lightning Bolts, or maybe they're trying to steal Crystal Maiden ulti. I don't really know. But having that Rubik picked up relatively early is kind of preventing Planet Hype from picking up those big ultis like an Earthshaker ulti, or maybe those big spells like an Earthshaker's abilities, or maybe like maybe someone with the blink. I think Anti-Mage will fit well in this lineup too. On the side of Planet Hype, that is. So we'll have to wait and see, but picking a Rubik early kind of scares him away from picking up those big ultis. And I think I was gonna say Faceless Void, but he's banned out, so never mind. I thought wrong. Okay, so I need to go update a few things while we're waiting for these guys to pick up the last few people. But just to talk about what we have so far, I mean, we have the Bounty Hunter and Planet Hype side and the Crystal Maiden. That means that they can scale relatively well when the team fights start breaking out. Where's Crystal? Up. Come on, CulBlu. Come on, relax. You got this, bro. Ooh. Oh, nice. Right, but yeah, so moving on to the thing I was talking about, having the Crystal Maiden and the Bounty Hunter is going to kind of suck to a certain extent, because with the Bounty and the Crystal Maiden, that means that your lineup in the late game is not going to be super strong. Yeah, sure, Bounty can blow up a Chantress if he gets a right click off, but that's if he gets a right click off. And now that we have a freaking Omni Knight on the side of EverNova, we kind of got the same concept as like Omni Knight plus OD. They're like the best of bros, having a nice little crusade across the map. Omni Knight's going to be a nice person to have with the Enchantress. And Ursa, oh, perfect, I like Ursa, good idea. Thank you, Planet Hype, for picking up somebody who I wasn't thinking about at all. But Ursa works really well versus Enchantress as a primary carry, which is why I never like Enchantress as a primary carry, because she gets countered so hard if you just get some attack speed or just some huge nukes, which Zeus has in Fold, and Ursa, he will have the attack speed helping him out. But the burst damage coming from Planet Hype is relatively okay. It's okay enough to kill the Enchantress relatively well. So EverNova, I really hope they haven't put all their eggs in one basket. They can technically still go ahead and put Omni Knight in the off lane, have Rubik and Enchantress as support, so to speak, or have Enchantress play the 3 role, and have Rubik and Omni Knight play the supports, and then pick up a mid and another carry. So it's completely wide open for them right now, so they can definitely do it. And I would probably advise that because Ursa, I don't know if you want Ursa to go versus Enchantress, because Ursa's going to win that fight, especially once he gets a Blink Dagger, or even if he gets a Shadow Blade or a Force Staff. Like, just basically, as long as he can stay next to her, he can just kill her every single time, every single day of the week. So I'm going to be a little bit fearful for EverNova's lineup unless they pick up a different carry, because carry Enchantress ain't going to cut it this game, guys. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. She needs a Dragonlance Aghanim Scepter before she's actually a viable carrier, really. And you know, oh, by the way, let's hope she gets power trades. Let's also hope that she gets herself some sort of ability, like maybe a BKB. So I seriously doubt we'll see Enchantress be the only carry in this game. She'll be the semi carry, so to speak. All right. So we're just waiting for these last few picks to come through. And Slark gets picked up for EverNova. Okay, this will work. So Slark and Enchantress, that's a nice combination. Slark can roam around, maybe get a kill on top of Ursa or two. And Slark can also solo the Bounty Hunter. Then again, Bounty Hunter does counter Slark semi-softly because of the track, but I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. They have a lot of things to get rid of spells, like the track. They have a lot of things to get rid of things like the Crystal Maiden's annoying Frostbite, because they do have the Repel. They also have the Dark Pack, and Enchantress, well, she has her survivability. She has her Constitution, damn it. So she will be able to go in there, try to survive, stay alive for a few fights, maybe win a fight or two. But as it stands right now, Slark is going to need to snowball. And Ursa, he's also going to need a snowball. And if we're comparing the snowballs versus each other, like, you know, we're taking both balls and putting them together. Sorry, I just wanted to make that reference. My bad. My apologies, internet. But if we take both snowball potentials, I think Planet Hype had the better snowball potential, but EverNova have a nice semi carry to go with their lineup. So the Enchantress will be there as a backup carry to Slark's forward carry, so they can backwards and forwards carry. Whereas Planet Hype, they're kind of really invested in Ursa, and that's going to be a really bad thing in my honest opinion. I think I need to go ahead and go for somebody with some AoE. Temporal Assassin would have been a nice pickup for them actually, but they pick up the TA. Oh, sorry, they ban out the TA. But if they would have had a TA and put her in somewhere like a safe lane, let Ursa go in jungle, have Ursa play mid, or sorry, Zeus play mid, and then Bounty Hunter will roam around the off lane to get his level 6 faster, I think that worked out perfectly well for him. But it looks like EverNova had their tag. They banned out the Batrider, which I think is a nice ban. Batrider would have worked very well. He works very well in general versus somebody like Enchantress. Just basically pull her into the very bad spots, burn her to death, and she'll die every single time. And you will have crisp Bambi for dinner. Too soon? Too soon? Too soon. My bad. Also, let me go check make sure my mic is good, because I have yet to check my settings. Alright, good. People were hearing my voice. Yes! CulBlu did not fail! Ha! 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 Sorry. Chat doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's just a how my mic was on. They're like, what the heck is he talking about? Anyway. Alright, so we're going to wait for his last two picks though. EverNova, like I said, their lineup is pretty stable. I like their lineup better, slightly better than Planet Hype because they have more options, they have more paths to victory, whereas Planet Hype are kind of all invested in Ursa. And right now they're going to go for Centaur War Runner, which I've seen a Centaur War Runner in a game before. He didn't do too terribly well. Centaur versus Slark is going to suck a little bit for Centaur. I think early game it sucks a little bit for Slark because Slark has no damage, but Centaur is going to suck for it in the late games because Slark can just get the pounce, and that means his run won't be able to do much. But all that said and done, Centaur War Runner has fallen out of the meta for really good reasons. His ulti, okay. With the Death Ball meta, Centaur War Runner makes sense because, you know, he's tanky, he's in there, he wants to get in the front, he wants to drop his abilities and stun people and damage people and just do all kinds of things. But with the Death Ball meta, what you don't really want to have happen is you don't want to really kind of commit too hard. You want to kind of have, like, you know, soft commits like a Chronosphere, and then people go in and kill and then back away and then go back in and fight as a Death Ball. So having the Centaur War Runner, they're going to have a lot of burst damage, and they might be able to get a pick off on top of Slark or two, but I do not foresee this going too terribly well for them overall. They do have a nice, solid initiator, though. I will give them that. And their offlaner, if they can get a Blink Dagger on Centaur, that would be good. It's kind of nice for the initiation power, kind of like a Faceless Void, like a poor man's Faceless Void, so to speak. But until they have that Blink Dagger on Centaur, I don't see him playing that big of a being that big of a factor in this game. I actually see him dying a few times versus a Slark and the Rubik. But that's just me. And now we got a Storm Spirit being picked up, which I haven't seen Storm Spirit played in forever. I don't even know how the heck he fits in this meta, but you got Enchantress, Slark, Storm Spirit on the side of EverNova versus essentially the Zeus, the Ursa, and the Centaur. As it stands, Ursa's going to get kited to death by both the Enchantress and also the Storm Spirit. So BKB definitely going to be a huge item pickup for Ursa. I don't know if he should go for that first, but he's definitely going to need either that, a Blink Dagger, or a Shadow Blade. I think of all those three I just stated or mentioned, I think a Shadow Blade might work. Yeah, Shadow Blade might work because they had the Zeus on their side. I would like to see a Shadow Blade into Silver Edge, actually, because that would be nice versus the Enchantress. Actually, would that be nice versus Slark? I don't know if it disables Slark's Essence Shift. Because if that disables Slark's Essence Shift, that's totally going to be worth it. I would say Silver Edge FTW. Let's do this. Let's do it! Alright, we'll have to wait and see. So let's go and start out the lineups. Let's go and talk about everybody who's in the game. We got 1-3-1-4 playing that Zeus. Moving on to the Ursa Warrior, the bear. He's barely made it in here. We have Dragon Rake playing that Ursa. Centaur Warrior is being controlled by the one and only Tribalin. He is playing in the offlane, so that's nice. Crystal Maiden's being controlled by the one and only Atlas, and of course Bounty Hunter walking all up in the jungle, just gonna find the Storm Spirit. He's gonna take a right click to the face. He'll be fine though. We have Brian playing that Bounty. Moving on to the other side, starting for this Omni Knight, conveniently right in the same spot. Good transition, guys. Good job. We got Derp playing that Omni. On the Storm Spirit, we got the one and only Let Me Go playing that Omen Storm Spirit. Nice. Okay, so he actually warded. And I'll talk about his ward here in a second, but moving on to the rest of the introductions before stuff happens, we got Rubik being controlled by the one and only, whoa, your name, bro. Mercy Please playing that Rubik. And Enchantress being controlled by Ho-Okay. And last but not least, on the Slark, we have the one and only Q17239172770. Or better known as Q. We'll just call him Q. He's a stand-in, so it's okay. Stand-in Q. Oh man. Anyway, going back into the game. Shenanigans happening in the chat. Moving into the mid lane, we got a Zeus and a Bounty Hunter going versus Storm Spirit. This is going to be okay. It means that Zeus is not going to have as many levels versus Storm Spirit, but Bounty is going to be able to get level 2 off of that, so his run will be a little bit stronger. He can actually go down bottom and maybe help out the Crystal Maiden Ursa, get this kill on top of that Omni Knight, though. Omni Knight has no points inside of his Digital Aura, which makes sense. He wanted to go for the heal, just try to go for some extra nukage on top of people like Crystal Maiden, but they're actually going to turn it. Looks like they're going to try to go for the kill. Atlas might be taking a whole bunch of damage, gets hit with a stun. Bounty Hunter not going to be in time, but it looks like they will be able to get the turnaround on top of the Omni Knight here. Omni Knight has no mana for heal. He has a Mango available, though. He's going to go deny himself to creeps, but he does go down. Ursa, the big bad bear, does knock him on down. And Bounty Hunter was involved in a kill, which is a huge deal. It means that Bounty Hunter got himself some more XP. It was split between two people, though, so that kind of sucks. But at the very least, First Blood going towards the Enchantress, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, sorry, going towards the Omni. So that's going to be faster boots, faster wards, more stuff all around. Moving over to the top lane, we got Centaur Warrunner. He's playing the Suicide solo lane. I expect for him to get some levels. I expect for him to get some farm. But for the most part, Blink Dagger should be his top priority. He'll probably go Tranquil Boots into Blink Dagger. Still a legitimate build on Centaur. I don't know if anybody ever refuted that, but just in case anybody wants to refute the fact that Centaur Warrunner needs to go for Tranquil Boots, I think he absolutely needs to do that, especially in this offlane. Speaking of things being offlane, we got Storm Spirit coming forward. Actually, no, I'm Bounty Hunter coming forward. He does get scouted out by the Storm Spirit's Remnant, but looks like Zeus is not in position. They're going to go for the damage. Damon's not going to be there. Instead, they're going to force Let Me Go to back all the way away, but he has 13 wand charges. Meanwhile, Centaur Warrunner dies up top. And this is kind of what I was saying before. I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see what happened, so CulBlu called it, though. Basically, between Slark and Rubik, they have enough CC to hold down Centaur Warrunner, so it's going to suck for him a lot. I think when you get to the later stages of the game, Centaur Warrunner is going to cause Slark a little bit of issue. And if I recall correctly, I might have called that backwards. I think I said Centaur is going to have a good time early game and Slark's going to have a sucky time late game. I meant that the other way around. My apologies, called that totally wrong. Centaur has no escapes, basically. And because of that no escapes thing, I mean, you have a telekinesis into a pounce. I don't know, I don't care how much HP you got, bro. You're just going to die every single time to that. So, he needs to be a little bit careful, playing a little bit far forward, trying to get himself what last hits he can. And moving back into the other side, Bounty Hunter doing some shenanigans, actually looking for a courier. If he was walking towards it, he might have been able to get the kill, but they do upgrade it in time. Meanwhile, down bottom, or sorry, up top lane, we got Centaur Warrunner. He's in a little bit of trouble. Drops a stun. The stun does miss, or hits a Slark, but looks like Slark did get the Dark Pack. It looks like Centaur Warrunner, he will be going down. The Zap's going to be enough to help him bring him down. Already 2 points inside of the Zap already. Meanwhile, Slark, 5 stats to his name, plus 2 kills, or sorry, 1 kill and 1 assist to his name. So he's having a pretty dang good time. Speaking of having good times down bottom, Ursa and crew, they're not having that much of a better time. I mean, he's sitting at what? Sitting at a whole entire 7 last hits, which is not good at all. Like, Ursa needs a snowball. And Slark, that ball's getting rolling, guys. We're just gonna have Slark ball everywhere. Like, just imagine Slark and his balls everywhere. Just all over the place. Balls of death. Sorry, balls of death. I have to be specific. Otherwise, people might get sensitive and get offended. Specifically, Slark's balls of death. There we go. Right, because explaining it away makes sense. Meanwhile, mid lane, we got, hold on, down bottom, we got Ursa taking quite a bit of damage. But looks like mid lane, they're going to try to go on top of Storm Spirit, who has no level 6 just yet. They're going to go for the damage. Zeus has no more nukes left. If he had just a little bit more mana, he would have had it. And this is like the second time Let Me Go has almost died mid, but he hasn't. So, yeah, this all really comes down to not enough mana coming out for the Zeus. He's been very consistent though, spamming out his abilities, as told by Storm Spirit's magic one that he just healed up with. Speaking of things that he healed up with, Crystal Maiden dies down bottom. Omninet able to get the kill. Ursa missing his Earth Clap, and he's looking to go all on top of Omninet anyway. Getting kited to death, bro. Get kited, and he's gonna run around the corner. Drops the slow. No, he won't drop the slow. Instead, he's gonna walk into the trees. He's trying to force the Enchantress to fight him. Unfortunately, Ursa doesn't really have that much regen. Has 1 mana regen per sec, or HP regen per second. Finds himself a wild Enchantress. Is gonna run around the corner. Nice Crystal Maiden ability. They're gonna go for it. The right click. Will it be there? No. The heal bomb a little bit too strong. Ursa goes down. And it looks like a nice play. It almost turned into a beautiful turnaround on top of the Enchantress. Actually turned out to be Ursa's death. Spoiler alert, guys. Ursa got kited. So, moving back down bottom, Zeus drops his ulti. Zeus drops his ulti, gets a kill on top of the Enchantress. More XP going towards Bounty Hunter because he was in the vicinity. But at the very least, Zeus able to get a kill. And EverNova, they're doing a good job with their rotations. They're winning the lanes, essentially. Pretty much every lane has been won, especially once Zeus dies here mid, assuming that he's going to die. Actually, no, he's not going to die. Storm Spirit actually taking quite a bit of damage. 1 more nuke is all Zeus needs. It looks like he's not going to find it. Instead, Bounty Hunter's rotating towards it. Looks like Zeus is going to die for it. I do not think it's a good idea. Yeah, he's going to back away. Zeus is going to back away because Storm Spirit did zoopity out. And put and pop and whatever. Too soon? Too soon? Bill Cosby jokes? I'm sorry guys, that was too soon. That was too soon. Well, I guess it depends on perspective. I mean, if it happened 10 years ago, is it really too soon? Oh man, alright, making it worse. Let's keep talking about it. Alright, moving on to the gold graph, we see that EverNova have a 2k gold advantage, which is not a huge chunk. I mean, consider, bounty. Bounty. There you go, Brian. That's right, get your quest, boy. Brian does give himself a courier kill, so he's going to feel pretty happy about that one. Meanwhile, bottom lane, or top lane, we got Centaur Warrunner in a lot of trouble right now. He can actually drop the stomp, but looks like he's going to wait for it. He's going to be able to catch both of them and walk away out of this one alive. Slark has no Dark Pack. He didn't proc his Dark Pack in time. Meanwhile, mid, we got Zeus. He's going to be going down, getting hit with a nice little zippity-zappity coming out from the Storm Spirit. And now we got ourselves the one and only bounty hunter running towards the Storm, who actually doesn't have that much mana. So Storm might be in a little bit of trouble if they go for it. Centaur not level 6 just yet though, so no ulti can come out. And Brian not level 6 either, so his ulti is not online. But they're gonna go ahead and just walk forward, maybe catch a kill. Oh, they might catch Omni Knight. Oh, Omni Knight, run Derp Derp. And it looks like Derp Derp will be fine though. He has a repel, also has a heal, so you don't want to walk into that if you don't have to. Meanwhile, Zeus still dead is going to be TPing in. They're going to go for it. Storm Spirit has enough mana to back out of this one, so he should be fine. Zeus ulti is online though, so that everybody needs to pretty much be careful. Meanwhile, Ursa is still working on phase boots, and Slark on the other hand, he has his power treads fully finished up, working on what looks to be a Wraith Band, so he will have that up here very soon. And a Storm just taking some more harassment from the bounty, and bounty, oh no, bounty's gonna walk into the Sentry Ward. Storm Spirit will be able to see this one. I don't know if he has a stun. He has no points aside. Stun is gonna be able to walk away, and Brian trying to go for the right click really wants his kill. I'm gonna not rotate in position just yet. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden down bottom. She actually goes down. Zeus ulti comes through too. They got themselves a kill on top of the Storm. Missed both kills because I was trying to catch both of them. But looks like Crystal Maiden does die down bottom. Zeus able to help bounty get the kill on top of Storm. And that means that bounty might hit level 6 before 10 minutes. And that's always a crappy thing. Because if you can ever get your bounty hunter to level 6 before the 10-minute mark, your team is doing just fine. Like despite the discrepancies, whenever those mid-game team fights start happening, the more abilities that bounty can throw out, the more tracks bounty can throw out and get converted, the better off his team will be. Speaking of better off his team will be, Centaur Warner, he's up top. He's getting tired of Slark's bullshit right now. He's gonna go down though, but he's pretty much getting tired of that BS, that telekinesis into pounds. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. If he was a Faceless Void, he might be able to make it, but unfortunately he's not. Just a former shadow of himself. Speaking of being shadows, we got Bounty Hunter getting some damage on top of his Rubik though. Rubik, oh, the Fairy Fire, oh no, Bounty. Bounty gets the kill anyway, but looks like he might lose his life in exchange. Drops himself a track, has Invis here in a few seconds time. Slark Dark Pack will be enough. Look, no, it's out of range, but track coming through. Brian, drop the track, bro. You can do it. He's not in range. He gets the track just off. And now Slark will not be able to heal up. He will be able to walk into the trees, and Dark Pack comes through. Bounty's still around though. Bounty wants to be involved in this kill and needs to get himself another track, and doesn't want to get too terribly close to Slark. They're walking around. They're trying to find him. They're scouting him out. They're not going to be able to find him though. Bounty is going to decide to very smartly back all the way away. Doesn't want to be involved in that anymore. Speaking of being involved in things, we got Zeus mid. He actually goes down. Omni Knight and Storm Spirit, like I said, just basically being the best of buddies. Like just OD, just instead of OD, just put SS. Storm Spirit and Storm Spirit and Omni Knight is a little bit annoying, but people can't really deal with it. And speaking of not dealing with it, Atlas, nice little frostbite on top of Storm. Let me go. Let me go. Will he get it? It looks like no. He will let her go, because he's very nice about it. Speaking of being nice about it, Ursa forced to drop the ulti so he could survive the pure damage coming from his Chantress. Just dropping the javelins from far, from downtown basically. And we got Rubik. He stole himself a stun. Did he still stun? Oh, he stole a stun. It's only level 1 though, so looks like Centaur is not valuing putting a lot of points into that one, which makes sense. I mean, level 1 stun is good enough. You get 0.75 seconds when you max it out. It's all about that damage though. Actually, that damage is pretty crappy too. Jeez, got nerfed to hell. Now, when do I know I play Centaur? Jeez, 1 point is all you ever need in that ability. Good lord, look at that. That is... I did not realize that the ability scaled so badly. Like, what's the point of putting... Like, do you put points in this? Ever? Why would you do that? Ah, makes no sense. Anyway, speaking of things making no sense, Ursa down bottom has ulti available. Crystal Maiden, actually, she finds herself a nice Enchantress. Enchantress might be going down here in very seconds. Yes, she does go down. Meanwhile, Ursa's going ham right now. He's just hooked up so much damage, but he's going to be able to back away, taking some damage from the Moloch Tornado, and they're going to be able to survive. They got the kill on Enchantress. The kill actually went towards Crystal Maiden in a very hilarious fashion. And spoiler alert, guys, Crystal Maiden actually right-clicked. Oh, speaking of Crystal Maiden, speaking the praises, she dies, and now Storm Spirit's going to go all in. Ursa, he's going to be the last one to go down. No Morbid Mask, unfortunately, so he has no life still to his name. But now we got Zeus. Oh, the combination! That's going to be a dead Storm. And now we got up top Centaur Warner trying to run away from the Slark, and he's actually going to drop a double edge. Unfortunately, can't deny himself. He's still alive somehow. Rubik cannot come here with the right click, and Zeus gets a double kill. Oh man, hilarious fashion. Things going the way Planet Hype wanted it to, and this sucks a lot. If you're in EverNova right now, this sucks a lot, because whatever advantage Slark had at the early game is pretty much gone at this point. Ursa, sure, Ursa's not doing the best in the world, but Zeus is doing pretty well. Bounty Hunter's level 7. That means you have ultis. That means you have damage. Ursa, he's still working on trying to get there, but the lineup of Planet Hype are there to help the Ursa get his farm, and they will achieve that. I mean, with the Bounty Hunter in these mid-team fights, they will be able to get a ton of kills. And speaking of a ton of kills, the chance is going to be the next kill here. Bounty Hunter going for the right click, gets it down on a crit, there goes the damage. Ursa trying to go in, but it's like, no, they fortunately force him out. Now Rubik, Rubik steals the track, and they do get the track on top of Bounty, and now Bounty, he will be going down. So track going the way of EverNova. Unfortunately, some track going the way of EverNova. Rubik does still have that ability too, so we'll see if they can even it out. I mean, moving on to mid lane, we got Storm Spirit going toe to toe with the Centaur, trying to take down the big bad cowboy. Cowboy? He's not a cow, is he? He's a bull. He's a bully. He's a bully! Ha! Oh man. Oh, so clever. Much wild. Anyway, Rubik walking around the corner, found himself 2 Zeus illusions, and track is available. Track not going to be used. Mercy, please. Just going to go ahead and kill Zeus. Put his illusion out on the mercy of it. And I want to go ahead and take a look at the items because I have not looked at many of the items. I mean, I've seen a few items here, I've seen a few items there, but not really much focus has been put on those. If we see a Storm Spirit, he's working towards looks to be a Bloodstone, so he's going to try to go for that for his first big item. Meanwhile, Slark working on the Shadow Blade, so he's trying to snowball out of control. Shadow Blade definitely going to be a nice core item for him to get in this game. It's going to suck though, because Bounty Hunter with the tracks is going to be really annoying. Move on to the other side. Oh, they're pinging. Oh, Bounty just went invis. I don't know if they saw it. Observer should have seen that. Observer should have seen that. Bounty Hunter sees it. I'm not walking away. Derp. Will he be getting engaged upon is a big question. Rubik's around the corner with track though, so they need to be a little bit careful. This can be gold going both ways. Looks like damage is going to come on top of Chance. There's so much damage that Janata. Oh man, the Shuriken toss is going to be enough. And now Centaur drops the ulti. They're going to find themselves a Rubik. He gets hit with a nice slow from the Centaur War and ulti. Zeus's nukes are just unbearable right now, and I did not mean that as a pun, but a Bounty Hunter comes in, he gets himself a double kill. I think we're going to see ourselves a very fair, straightforward game for these guys. Track falls on top of Omni Knight. He's going to get hit with a few abilities. Body block coming out from the massive Centaur, but they decide to back away. Oh man, meanwhile they lose in towers though. I did not realize that they were losing the tower. Actually, I think it's still worth it, because Planet Hype, if they can keep the kill count even, then they're fine. And actually Storm, oh, okay, Storm's just going to go ahead and zip himself just a little out of the way. Alright, so finally I have a moment to look at the items. Oh, I lied. Before I talk about that, we got Centaur Warrior getting the stomp on top of Slark. Slark getting a nice little kill on top of Centaur. And the Shadow Blade has been revealed. But does it really matter though, because Bounty has a mechanism now. Holy crap. Guardian Greed is going to be his primary item. Trying to play his role to the fullest. Brian doing a good job on his role so far. But yeah, moving into the items though, Ursa finally has his Morbid Mask. Zeus has an 8th Lens working towards what looks to be a Veil of Discord, which... yeah, sure, more damage to Slark, that's always good. Bounty Hunter has a mechanism fully finished up at about 15 minutes in the game. And speaking of things getting picked up, we got somebody getting blown up, Crystal Mania getting blown up immediately. Meow, Mercy please. Gets hit with the track. Steals himself a nice little Frost Nova. Now Slark comes around the corner. Oh, they might be able to find him. Looks like Slark. Oh man, Slark gets a cut out on top of Zeus. And Zeus will be going down, one of your biggest damage dealers right now. Now they drop they drop the damage on top of whoever this is. I'm not going to go ahead and be forced to drop the ulti out. Doesn't want to die right now, but so much damage coming towards the Bounty. He might be going down here in a second. Still trying to go for the right clicks. The right click's not going to be there. Meanwhile, we got Ursa finally get a kill on top of the Omni Knight. And here goes Slark going toe to toe with Ursa. Who's going to win the fight? The big bad bear or the big bad Slark? Remember, Ursa does still have his ulti available. Looks like Slark's going to jump right on top of it. Looks like no, he backs away. I think if Slark went for it, oh, this is going to be bad. Ursa has ulti, needs to go and pop it now. He pops it immediately, and they will be able to back away, but Crystal Maiden will be the sole sacrifice for this whole entire Ursa. Trying to make sure he stays alive. Triple kill going towards Slark. And, yeah, remember that moment when I said, man, Planet Hyper getting exact kills that they want. Yeah, that was back when Slark was dying a few times. Slark is a problem again. So we're probably going to... I don't know if we're going to see an early gem come out for the side of Planet Hype, but I would like to see a gem on Bounty. That would be nice. Actually, no. Who needs gem? We have Zeus, right? Anyway, speaking of who needs things, Zeus might need Jesus here in a second. Slark? Okay, Slark decides to rotate the other way. Has no mana, so very smart. And a Mask of Madness comes out for Ursa. Cool. Oh, right. Okay. And I just got corrected. Sorry, guys. My bad. Yeah, Centaur Warrunner is a Centaur. Right, that makes sense. His name is Centaur Warrunner, for God's sakes. Alright. I don't know why I thought Centaur was a cow. Like, really? Or a bull? It's a freaking Centaur, for God's sakes. Anyway, speaking of Centaur Warrunner, though, he doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet, and that's actually a huge problem for the team of Planet Hype. If Planet Hype had that, that would be great. And speaking of things that would be great, oh, Central War gets placed, Slark gets scouted up, looks like no damage is going to come to Crystal Maiden. She actually gets healed up by the mechanism for Bounty Hunter, and it looks like she will be able to survive. Zeus ulti wrecking the face of the Rubik, and everybody just backs away, licking their wounds. Speaking of licking their wounds, Honor Knight shows up around the corner, drops himself a nice little repel, and he's going to get tracked up. Bounty's like, yo, bro, we see you. Ursa, no Blink Dagger, he did go for the Mask of Madness. And that was one thing I was going to talk about before. So rudely interrupted by a team fight. Jeez, such jerks. Much wow. But Ursa just might be getting engaged upon though. Ursa, he's going to find himself in Enchantress. Enchantress look like she might be the kill. Looks like no, they walk away the other way. Centaur Warner, Centaur Conqueror gets 4-step forward. And now the fight's happening on the backside. Slark trying to go toe-to-toe with the Bounty. And Bounty gets a track off anyway. And there's damage coming on top of Omni. He gets down. Track goal going the way of Planet Hype. Once again, Ursa comes into the middle of the fight. His ulti's available. Gonna go and try to save it for the last moment if possible. Looks like Enchantress. Oh no, Ursa, his ulti not gonna be able to come through. Oh, Storm getting the pick off that he wanted. And he is gonna be able to zap away. Meanwhile, speaking of zapping away, Centaur Warrior not have a Blink Dagger is a huge deal right now because that would have been a beautiful, beautiful stomp right there. But unfortunately, looks like they're gonna be forced to back away. Storm Spirit still hanging on the high ground, getting some more vision. He can zip in here in a second. Maybe pick out the Crystal Maiden. So he's gonna go for it. He's gonna find the Zeus, and Zeus might be the kill. Looks like no, the damage. Wow, it's so slow on that one. Yeah, sorry. He got hit with the Frostbite. And there goes the death on top of Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, we got Storm Spirit going toe-to-toe with the Bounty, who gets scouted out, and he's going to drop a track. He gets his tracks. No, he gets Invis stolen. And Rubik will be able to go invisible. Bloodstone fully finished up on Storm Spirit. Things are spiraling out of control right now for Planet Hype. They can definitely still have their grip on it, but I think Centaur Blink Dagger needs to be like top priority right now. He's at 1,400 gold, trying to work desperately towards that. Having Centaur have that initiation is what they need right now. That's all they're really missing. Because EverNova are just basically jumping in on whatever the heck they want. Meanwhile, I hear myself a Slark Shadow Blade. He finds an Ursa. Oh no, will they go for it? The repel gets thrown on top of Slark, and Slark's gonna find himself a nice Crystal Maiden. She might be going down. Bounty Hunter not there for the heal. Looks like Zeus drops his ulti. They get the kill on top of Storm, which is actually a big, huge kill. Meanwhile, the ulti comes off for Omni Knight, and now Ursa, he's gonna be a little bit in trouble. Getting slowed down. He might be dying here in a few seconds. Has a Mask of Madness available, not gonna pop it. Instead, Rubik pops his own Zeus ulti. Showing Zeus how to do it, and now we got Bounty Hunter. He's gonna find himself a nice little Slark in the jungle, or sorry, in the base. Track falls on him. And Centaur, if you had a Blink Dagger, I think at this point you need to just go ahead and cut your losses. Get your farm on top of Centaur and back away. Just let Centaur get his Blink Dagger. Because, yeah, the closer Centaur gets his Blink Dagger, the more aggressive they can finally be. Looks like he's not going to get it just yet. Maybe sell Stout Shield and hurry up and get it? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe sell Mango? Sell Mango for ulti? For Blink, I mean. It's like, no, he wants to keep holding on to that Stout Shield. Meanwhile, Geometry Sight does get picked up by Honor Knight, so that means that Bounty Hunter is going to have a little bit of a trouble trying to go for stuff. And Bounty Hunter versus Storm, we'll see who wins here in a second. Speaking of winning and victories, we got Centaur. He finally has enough gold for his Blink Dagger. Yay! Blink Dagger finally purchased up. Meanwhile, Bounty going toe-to-toe with Storm. Storm just going to take a little right click to the back and walk away. And Roshana is getting beat up right now. Chance is going to be doing very well as far as tanking that, and Dragonlance finally finished up for her.
Thank you.
Well done to you, madam. Slark, Sanjiansha fully finished up. The rest of the items on the map. Blink Dagger finally up on Centaur Warrunner. Aetherlands on Zeus, Mask of Madness as well. Mechanism coming from Bounty Hunter. Bloodstone for Storm Spirits, that's actually pretty big. I think he's working towards a Veil of his own. Meanwhile, Zeus drops his ulti. They scout out Roche. And Rubik still has Zeus ulti, so he can drop it out as a countermeasure. Looks like he has a whole another, was that a minute and a half? Is that a minute and a half or so? Anyway, Storm Spirit gonna zip all the way forward, finds himself a long Crystal Maiden. She's gonna get blown up. No, they dropped the stun. Looks like Storm Spirit might be going down. The damage is there. They do get the kill. Crystal Maiden is still alive. Needs to gonna pop that smoke in the seat though. Look at Chance just coming in with the long range javelins. And Storm Spirit gonna zip right on in. Smoke in the seat gets used, but it gets revealed immediately. Storm Spirit actually getting caught out. He might be going down. This might not be worth it. Meanwhile, Dust Appearance comes through. That Bounty Hunter gets revealed, and Storm Spirit still zipping around the corner. Ursa goes in. His man mode has officially been activated. Drops his ulti. Damage comes in. They do finally get the kill on top of Enchantress. That's really about it. I think that's def. Oh man, Centaur Blink Dagger gets revealed. They use it, and it goes immediately on top of Storm, but Storm is able to survive. Centaur dies, no follow up, and Bounty dies as well. The follow up not there in time. A very, very, very saddening display because that was such. They caught the Storm. They almost had it, but then this guy Omni Knight just like repels them. It's like shit. There goes all my damage. So yeah. So close. So close yet so far. And Planet Hype, like I said, they've been like, you know, about a half a step behind. When it comes to games with Bounty Hunter, the reason why I keep saying, you know, oh, watch out for Planet Hype, watch out for Planet Hype, is because they have a Bounty Hunter. And when it comes down to Bounty Hunter, if you can ever keep the kill counter even, and maybe lose a tower or two, then your team is doing fine. Right now the kill counter is not even. It's about 17-26. That's a 9 kill difference. So that means that Planet Hype are losing out on quite a bit of gold. And yeah, Bounty Hunter, his items have not changed much since he bought that mechanism. Probably saving up for those Guardian Greaves, which would be great for him to break out of those. I don't know if it gets rid of leash, but it will break out of the slow. Meanwhile, top lane getting pushed in. Geometry Sight for Omninet gonna be paying off here soon. They already did get a kill on top of Bounty because of it, and they might be able to find themselves another kill here. And an Invis rune on Enchantress. Ooh, that's gonna be gross. Smoke to see coming through though. They might find the Storm. Not gonna be the one they want to find, but they might find them anyway. Looks like they're gonna find absolutely nobody. They're gonna try to backdoor tower, maybe. Meanwhile, on the other side of EverNova, they're just kind of like, you know, hanging out. It's like, yo, this middle lane's such a comfy lane. Ooh, and Ursa has a blink dagger. Yay! Finally, mobility gaming, boys. Top tower's getting pinged, bottom tower's getting pinged to defend. Looks like they're gonna find themselves an easy top tower kill on EverNova side. So it's just the rotations. I don't know if we have TPs on everybody's side of Planet Hype so they can TP in if they need to. Looks like they won't. Instead, they will just sack their top tier 2 tower. Crystal Maiden get some more farm. Try and get some more wards or some more boots. And Zeus Blink Dagger fully finished up. He will be TPing back into base to get that up. And the next to last tier 2 tower is finally out of there. Slark Shadow Blade available. Nice Enchantress. Still in some creeps. Doing some stuff. And Rubik stole Invis. Unfortunate. The track does fall on top of Slark though. Rubik just gonna bide his time. Wait for his ulti to come back up. And this is still a track from Bounty Hunter. Because that's probably one of the biggest abilities he can actually take. There we go. Track getting used. Rubik not in position just yet. And Ursa wants to go for it. The big bad bear is screaming pretty loudly. I know we got 3 blinks. We got 3 blinks on the side of Planet Hype, so they can blink in there. They can get in there and do some stuff. And we also we have a Glimmer Cape on Rubik, which that kind of sucks because that means it's gonna make it harder to kill Rubik. But I was gonna say if we had a Glimmer Cape or just the Invis thing, the Shadow Amulet on Enchantress, like Crystal Maiden, they might be able to get themselves a nice little easy Crystal Maiden ulti because the detection on the side of EverNova only exists on Omninet right now. You know, Rubik still not stealing that ability. Now we got Storm Spirit zipping right on in. He will be able to find himself a track. Now the damage is coming out. Look at the massive damage though. But looks like everybody's still alive inside of EverNova. All the magic damage has been done. Crystal Maiden ulti is coming through. It's slowing down Storm Spirit. He's going to be forced down. He drops his ulti. Meanwhile, Slark's going toe-to-toe with this Centaur War on there. Centaur not going to be able to drop the stomp because it was on cooldown. But looks like they do get the nice little Dust of Appearance. Slark is going to be getting revealed here in a second. Crystal Maiden will be the one to find him. Zeus Lightning Bolt sees him running around the high ground. And now here's Ursa coming in. They do find a Slark who bought himself the first piece of his Scotty. And Slark will be working towards that Scotty next. But everybody inside of EverNova, with the exception of Storm Spirit, pretty much getting wiped off the map. The fight that Planet Hype have been hoping for. Sub-hype. Anyway, but they need to go for his main towers because they have claimed 0 towers. So if we take that into account, the fact that they've claimed 0 towers and the fact that they're down by this much gold and this much XP, we can go ahead and just say that there's about a 5k gold separation here between both teams. And if EverNova decide to, you know, throw a team fight or two, they will lose a ton of gold because that rubber band Dota is still a thing, guys. Yeah, Storm has Orca Malevolence, nice. So Orca Malevolence is going to be a nice item versus Ursa. I don't know if this is going to force Ursa to build an Aghanim Scepter, but I really hope he doesn't. I think Ursa just needs to go straight up for those damage items, so, I don't know. Yeah, would Radiance Ursa be a good idea? I feel like that's a negative. That sounds like a bad idea. Anyway, Sanji Yasha would be a nice item for Ursa to get. Basher, always a good item for him to get. Looks like he's actually saving up for that now, but Sanji Yasha would be nice for his movement speed, also nice for his attack, or sorry, for his HP pool. And having that extra maim just might be able to help him break or make Omni-Knight's abilities not as useful. Speaking of Omni-Knight's abilities though, Bounty Hunter, he does have the potential to build a Diffusal Blade. And I think a Diffusal Blade is absolutely necessary in this game because of the Omni-Knight. Just being able to purge off that repel is always going to be a good idea. So if they can get a Diffusal Blade on Bounty, that might be good. But looks like they They could also get a okay. I was about to say they could also get a diffusal blade on Ursa too. Don't forget that. So Ursa does in fact invest in that diffusal blade as opposed to the Basher. So diffusal blade into Basher next, I'm assuming. But diffuser gives him some nice damage output, and oh man, Zeus gets ability stolen. Nice blink out. And the track comes from Bounty Hunter on top of Enchantress. Bambi gets tagged. Speaking of things getting tagged though, Slark, he's working on the second piece of his ultimate orb. Sorry, of his Scotty. I think his other piece is inside the Courier right now. So it's our Orb of Venom. And we got plenty of hype, just kind of staying back a little bit, not getting too hype right now. Just letting Ursa get his farm, get the space that he needs. Has a TP scroll, he will be able to get in there when he needs to. But looks like they're gonna sack their tier 2. I don't know if I agree with this. They may be they're sacking their tier 2. They're not gonna defend. I don't know if I agree with them giving it up so easily, but they're just gonna go ahead and let it go back, defend that tier 3, defend that high ground. Maybe they'll be able to win an easy fight there. But to be completely honest with you, I think at this point, if you're EverNova, you can just back and just wait for Roche, because there's no way that Planet Hype are really truly going to challenge you. And with Slark having as much HP as he does, he should be able to survive a solo gank versus Bounty, maybe even a solo gank versus Bounty, or a gank versus Bounty and Zeus. That might be pushing it, but he should be able to survive a solo gank versus Bounty nonetheless. And Dragon Rake going to be forced to TP out of there. Geometry Sight did get recovered in the last fight. So there's no more detection coming up from the Omni Knight unless he bought another gem. And the game has calmed down quite considerably. Enchantress, she's working on what looks to be a Aghanim Scepter. So I was going to say she's working on a Glimmer Cape maybe, but just got herself a Casual Cloak just to counter the damage coming out from Zeus. We also have ourselves the Diffuse Blade fully finished up on top of Ursa. I don't agree with the Mask of Madness on Ursa ever, because Mask of Madness lasts for what, 12 seconds? Yeah, it lasts for 12 seconds. Ursa's ulti only lasts for 4 seconds. Yeah, it gives you extra move speed, but that's what a Sanji Yasha is for, in my honest opinion. Like Sanji Yasha is such way more reliable. Way more reliable as far as the move speed it gives you, and on top of that, you don't have to wait, was it 8-second downtime, I think? No, sorry, you don't have to wait, was that 13 seconds of downtime before you can actually get the Mask of Madness to go back up. So Sanji Yasha, definitely way better item in my honest opinion. Of course, Ursa maybe wanted to transition to Mask of Madness as a cheaper alternative to going for something like a Helmet of Dominator, which I think would have been ultimately a good idea. But yeah, Sanji Yasha would have been a good investment. He had to go for it at one point, but he opted to go for the Diffusal, which is a very smart choice. Moving to the other side, because EverNova are doing stuff too. Storm Spirit only 10 Bloodstone charges. I am disappointed. But he only has 10 Bloodstone charges. Slark, Scotty fully finished up, and he's healing up pretty nicely. You know, Rubik 4-staff plus Blink Dagger, 4-staff plus Glimmer Cape. And on the other side, Enchantress, she is still working on her next item, which is probably going to be the Axe. But no, she gets jumped on immediately. 4-staff forward. Will it be enough though? It looks like it's not going to be enough. She gets blown up. Didn't buy anything before she died, so just lost a nice chunk of gold. About 402 gold going towards the Ursa, which means that she will be supporting the Ursa fund. Which is going to suck a little bit. He's just doing some dewarding, as he does. And how close is he to Octarine Core is the question to ask Ceros here. The sooner Zeus gets to Octarine Core, or actually no, I think Zeus may need a Sheepstick. Oh no, they find themselves a Slark! Oh no, Slark might be in trouble. He pops himself a Dark Pack just in time. The blinks are going to be on cooldown. Zeus comes forward, just trying to keep the damage on top of Slark, and Slark's still getting hit with the nukes. Looks like Slark will be able to back away, just slither away, just barely. But Storm Spirit and Omni Knight doing a very smart thing of pushing the other lanes while everybody's focused on Slark. So space equals created, according to Slark. And oh yeah, right, I haven't talked about the freaking net worth. As far as the net worth goes, Slark is at the top of it. You guys have seen it the whole entire game. But Slark and Storm are at the top of that, which is kind of saying a lot, considering the fact that there's been track gold going away playing a hype. So the advantage for EverNova is still pretty dang solid, but if Slark and Storm Spirit respectively die, that means that's going to be a ton of gold going away. So that's why the last kill that they almost had on Slark was almost important for the team. I don't think it's game losing that they didn't get the kill, but it would definitely make the game a hell of a lot easier if they did get it. Speaking of things to get, though, we got Roshan getting beat up by Slark, and Slark has hashtag no slots. He could probably get rid of the Ring of Aquila, and then he'll maybe be able to get that Aegis. Zeus ulti should be online, so they can scout this out if they really want to, and Rubik hasn't really stolen anything special, so I don't think there's any good response they can have to this. Outside of playing a hype, so it's going to let the Roshan go and continue to get some more farm. Meanwhile, the tomato. Oh no, the tomato. Oh no, it gets popped. It goes down. And Bounty's still looking for the courier. If he finds a courier kill, that'll be huge right now. Looks like he's not going to be able to find it. Instead, he's going to go ahead and just continue to invest his time. TP scroll's available. Oh, the courier's on the move. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, God. We got to see if Bounty Hunter gets it. Ah, if he can stop the BKB, that would be great. But it looks like he's still walking in the wrong direction. Just trying to scout the Roche Pit, see if anything cool is left. I don't know if he can move fast enough. That courier is moving at the speed of molasses. Oh, my gosh. The tension is building. And Bounty Hunter gets scouted out. See, Observer Ward. What was it? Yeah, Observer Ward plus his intro scout out the bounty. So they know he's down here. They're gonna go and pop himself a Dust Appearance in about a second or two. Looks like they're not gonna be able to pop it. Bounty sees the dust and gonna walk away. Dust Appearance actually gets popped, and Bounty Hunter is gonna be able to survive. And Bounty saying, "Hey, they have vision down here." Meanwhile, bottom lane is gonna be getting pushed in here. They're gonna go for it. Slark pouncing immediately on top of Centaur. Centaur needs to drop that ulti. Ulti does go through. He gets blown up immediately though. Crystal Maiden on the other hand, she's gonna drop herself a nice little ability on top of Storm. Storm's BKB comes through, and he will be able to get the damage off on top of Zeus. It will be the damage necessary. Zeus gets healed up with the nice little Guardian's Greaves. Meanwhile, Ursa on the backside just going solo versus the whole entire squad. Unfortunately, he's not that big. He does go down. Fuzzy Wuzzy does officially die, and everybody's pretty damn healthy on the side of EverNova. Ursa forced to buy back into this fight. Meanwhile, Atlas on the other side is about to go down. Ursa blinks in. Nice ability coming up from him, bro. Nice, and he does go for the damage. Looks like he's not going to be able to find on top of Enchantress, so he dies immediately. A dieback indeed. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter's on the backside, helping them get the cleanup kills. They get themselves one kill. Enchantress is going to be the next kill coming up. Nice stun coming up from Centaur. He's going to go and jump himself a double edge, but looks like he's not going to be there. Bounty Hunter gets the damage, and looks like Storm Spirit does go down. Looks like people are still left alive. Crystal Maiden ulti's coming through, doing so much work. Will Slark die is a big question. No, Slark makes it out alive. He's safe, and Bounty Hunter looking for a track. Meanwhile, Enchantress does go down, and Storm Spirit is going all in. The damage from Enchantress is not going to be enough. Bounty Hunter, the last one left alive. Enchantress does officially die. Heal coming out, keeping Zeus alive for a few more seconds. Bounty Hunter, the last one left alive. Nobody has any vision, so they can't find him. So this will be all of that craziness just from one set of Raxus, and they might not even get that because Zeus comes forward. Zeus wants the damage. The Bounty Hunter track can come through in a second, but it looks like they're not going to go for it. It says Storm Spirit is going to get held down, zip out as far as he possibly can. Still tracked up though, so they can go for it. Zeus has a blink here in another 2 seconds time. He will be able to find it. Tornado Stick not going to be online. Looks like the nuke will be enough, and Storm does die. So they lose a Storm. Pretty much they lose. Both sides lose a lot. Both sides lose a lot in that whole entire team fight. But overall, the gold exchange is going to be in favor of Planet Hype. Even towards the beginning of that, even towards the end of that, because their net worth was not as high as EverNova, basically. So they probably got a ton of levels from that. They probably got a ton of gold. The only issue is that they forced out a ton of buybacks from EverNova. On the side of Planet Hype, and Planet Hype are not going to have the buyback for Storm. They're not going to have the buyback for Ursa. They're not going to have the buyback for Crystal Maiden or Centaur. Those buybacks are going to be on cooldown. That's going to suck a lot. So, oh, and Zeus bought back too. Crap. So they had to buy back pretty much everybody. The only one surviving, of course, is that bounty. That bounty, though. I think he survived. I don't know if he died in that last fight. I can't check. He may or may not have died. Speaking of dying, though, oh, Dust Appearance coming up from Rubik. Bounty has a blink dagger, guys. I don't know about this. Everybody got a blink dagger on the side of Planet, with the exception of Crystal Maiden. She's slacking, bro. But she has a geometry sight though, so at least they can scout out the Slark when he comes in. Speaking of scouting people out, we got somebody getting scouted out. Centaur blinks in. Everybody's blinking in immediately. Storm Spirit gets blasted to the ground. Slark going toe-to-toe with everybody. Forces BKB out. He might be going down at the end of the day, though. Zeus trying to run away. He will be able to get out of here. Slark not going to be able to do enough to get himself out of here. We got Rubik still in himself. A nice Centaur Roaring ulti, so he can actually pop in. He will. And it looks like Slark will be able to run out of here just because of that. Oh, that was so damn close. But they cut the Storm, and actually Slark wants to go back in. I don't think that's where you want to go back into. But Rubik still in that Centaur ulti definitely helped his whole entire team out, because Slark would have definitely died in that one. Luckily, Slark is out of mana, but he did get himself an OP rune called Arcane Rune, and his regen will be coming through. Middle tower will be going down. Ursa and crew finally killing that. Storm Spirit coming up in 8 seconds time, so they will go ahead and retreat. And luckily for Planet Hype, they have yet to lose a Rax. Like they have 2 exposed Raxes, so they might want to cover them up a little bit. But they have yet to lose a Rax, which means that their economy hit is not going to be as strong. One thing a lot of people forget to mention, at least I think a lot of people forget to mention. Okay. Alright, Rubik. Okay, Dust Appearance. Nice ability there, bro. Gets the geometry sight flown out to him, though. But yeah, one thing I think a lot of people forget to mention is the fact that once you do get yourself a... hold on. Bounty Hunter's around the corner. Oh no, Bounty Hunter's gonna be getting scouted out. He actually scouts out the whole entire team. Storm Spirit zipping right in. He wants to go for the kill. The camera's gonna not move fast enough. Zeus is gonna be getting blasted to the ground. Gets tornadoed up though. He will be able to drop his ulti at the very least. He blinks out just in time. Such a ulti comes through, but Ursa does get dead. Looks like they're not going to be able to find anything. Rubik actually gets himself a nice ability. That's going to be an invis. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter is going to be forced to run away. Bottom Rax is finally going to get focused down, and they will be able to get the kill on top of those. So an Ursa dead. An Ursa dead for 50 more seconds. And Enchantress just dropping the nukes. Aghanim Scepter is not online, but it is actually, it's in the base actually. And oh, Enchantress is getting a little too close. I mean, Diffuse was on Ursa, so I guess she doesn't have really anything to fear. And now we got the Telekinesis coming on top of Centaur. He has nothing to really do except for go for a stun. Gets Glimmer caped up, so nice ability coming out from the support. And now Enchantress. Crystal Maiden is going to be taking quite a bit of damage. We'll be able to keep himself alive. Bounty Hunter keeping him alive. And now, oh man, Rubik, he stole track. He stole track. Oh no. Meanwhile, a lot of damage coming out from this Enchantress. The Aghanim Scepter is officially online, so that damage is going to be strong with these guys. Track coming up on top of Centaur. He's not going to be used to this. Going to have a very crappy time because of that. And they lost themselves one set of bottom Raxes, a middle tower, and a middle Rax. And pretty much all the Raxes are exposed right now. Glimmercake coming forward. Rubik looking for a track. Omni-Knight throwing out the ability. Oh, they're going to jump. They're going to jump immediately on top of the Zeus. And Zeus is going to be taking so much damage. Mirror Crystal Maiden ulti coming through, doing nothing to anybody because everybody has BKBs right now. Omni-Knight ulti coming through, trying to keep his allies alive. Look, I think that just might be it. Planet Hype may have officially run out of fuel. A very valiant fight. Ursa will not go down without a fight. It looks like he's going to go toe-to-toe with Enchantress and dies. And GG well played comes out. That's going to be it, guys. Planet Hype had what seemed to be a very nice rally towards like the middle stage of the game. They end up dropping the game, and unfortunately, EverNova do take the first one. So I don't know. I like how things worked out for Planet Hype. Like I think maybe if they replaced Centaur with somebody else, it might have worked. But that's just me. I think Centaur was perfectly fine once you guys blinked dagger. It just took him a while to get to it. So anywho, my name is CulBlu. Just watched you guys this game in the first game that I'm casting today in the JoinDota League of EverNova versus Planet Hype. EverNova do take the victory, of course. And if you guys want to check out more of my stuff, feel free to check me out on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBluDota. You can also check me out on my Twitch live stream, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. That's CulBlu. And that'll be basically about it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys whenever.